Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is Career Mode episode number 35. We're at the ridiculously long Milano-San Remo. Almost 300 kilometers, 293 to be exact. Not a sponsor objective. Didn't necessarily bring my best team as a result, but I do have a couple guys I can count on as we go into the final 60 kilometers of this one, and decided, why not? Why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what kind of result we can get on this one. But I'm definitely not taking it as seriously as I would, so I will continue to move fairly quickly. We're now inside 50 kilometers. Let's go ahead and bring it on down. We have a number of short, punchy climbs here to the finish, and we have this fatigue factor. However, we had a single breakaway of 12 riders. They're still out in front of us. We gave them a nice big old gap, but the chase hasn't been that hard, and we're nearly there. There's a lot of freshness still in the group. I mean, we haven't lost anyone out the back yet, and we're just now starting to bring in the first couple of riders from that breakaway. One more little punchy one, and then two bigger, heftier, punchier climbs, and we're just now seeing that first group fading. Just now seeing that first bit of pace in this group that's going to do some damage. It looks like we do have a bit of a break on our hands. Good riders trying to get away, trying to set themselves up for something today. I'm going to set myself up for a go on the final climb. That's my target. We've got a single rider left. We do need to make sure that we do not get ourselves dropped on this upcoming climb, so we'll set this to an 84. It's 5.5 kilometers, but it's only 3.8% on the average gradient, and this is much bigger than the final climb, and you can see we are actually dropping back really quick here. Come on, guys. Slow it down. Telford furthest back. That's okay, he's done. So we'll let him slide back. The other guys, yeah, they're hanging on well enough on this one, so we'll be okay. $121 riders left as we head over the top of this one. These guys will recover their position a bit.
So with less than 20 kilometers to go, it's beginning to look as though it's going to end in a mass sprint.
Colbrelli has fallen.
The pace is so high that a few riders
Group of four just went down. A couple of sprinters. We got guys returning to position now, 18 kilometers from the end. Athel would never be a team leader, but I only brought two stronger riders, and out of everyone else, Athel's +2 race day condition was enough to give him a little boost. Fortunately, my two main guys, though, for Mark and Zeta, do have +1s. That's who we ride for. Zeta for the finish, for Mark. Over the punchiness, actually. Looking at the two, what? For Mark is a better sprinter, and does have those +3s on that stamina resistance, meaning he can withhold. Zeta, I think, could give him an excellent lead out with an 82 flat rating today. Good mountain and hills could lead them both over the top. I do need to set myself up for this shortly, but not quite yet. Everybody's back up in a prime position. Okay, now we're almost there. Let's go ahead and prepare. Let's eliminate Garrison from this mess. Barta, he's going to go first and set us up. And then Banajek, we use his gel because he'll be up in just a moment. Athel's going to follow him. And then Zeta. And for Mark. Barta, let's set you to, I think, an 88. Is that going to be quick enough? Barta, you got to get out of this pack. Come on, don't get caught behind your own team here. There you go. 106 in the group. But he's not coming forward. Come on. Oh. No, I said speed up, not slow down to a 70 all of a sudden. And oh man. And now he's going to lead out nobody as Banajek lost his wheel. And we're already coming up on the climb. And Banajek and the team has not come through yet. That is super annoying. Banijek's 62 is really useless to me. Aethel, let's set you up. Banijek, come on, lead it out, lead it out. Get us clear, get us clear. We're seeing an attack by Velens, Asgreen, and Van Aert, the favorite for the race. So 99 for you, Banijek, because you are weak. Sprint for you because you are weak in this discipline. There you go. Bring us forward with everything you've got. Aethel, do the same. We cannot let these three guys get away. Alright, Aethel did a little damage, but he got us clear. He got us into a group of 6. We're going to attack the descent. Oh, it's back together. It is back together. Attack the descent. Attack the descent. 5K.
Only 5 kilometers left.
Come on, Aethel. That's not attacking. That is tucked. There you go. Attack the descent.
Counter-attack by Mads.
He's still not attacking. He's still just tucking. Come on, dude.
Could well be turned upside down.
Ooh, he's clear now. Zeta, 2.5. Oh, Banijek is here. Okay. Banijek, just follow on. Aethel's already in his sprint mode. Zeta is now sprinting his version, leading out Kevin Vermark. We have a group of 4. The only one here is Tim Velens. It's 21 seconds. Aethel has a chance. Tim Velens is going to be hard to beat. 67, 72, 75 flat. We don't know exactly how much energy he has, but Vermark has a real shot here. Can't go too early. Pause. So, I just went about 150 meters longer than I wanted to. Here's a funny story for you before we finish this. Yeah, cliffhanger, right? That's okay. It won't be a to be continued. We'll get there in just a moment. I was recording earlier today for another series, F1 2020, my last question mark series, and I had broken my wing in the race. We were at Suzuka, and if you know Suzuka, long back straight. And just before the end of the lap, you have this tight chicane, and then to the front straight finish line. Last lap of the race, I've got a 2-second penalty from the collision with Raikkonen that broke my wing. And I'm trying to maintain a 2-second gap to him to retain the position. And I've got just about 2 seconds. So I'm giving it everything I've got to fight through there and keep this gap. Well, hard right, and my wheel has that force feedback, and in this case, busted wing means a lot of tension. It's tight. So I wrench on that wheel and make that hard right, and then I wrench back to the left with everything that I've got, and I ripped my wheel. I mount it to my keyboard stand. I ripped the keyboard stand right off the desk. I turned the wheel so hard. It kind of works. I'm going to try to fix it later, but it kind of works. Kind of. Problem is, I'm afraid of breaking it again, so I have my mouse up on my desk instead of on the keyboard stand. So the mic, I think, is going to pick up little bobs, little extra noises within this episode. If you're hearing that, that's what that is. It'll be resolved after this episode. Okay, Vermark set to sprint. Here we go. Can he beat out Velens? Oh, I think he can. Kevin Vermark for the victory, ahead of Tim Velens. Harrison, Aethel in 3rd. Umberto Zeta in 4th. Gaviria takes 5th, ahead of Banijek. You would take 7th, Van Aert 8th, Stuyven 9th, and Matthew Vanderpool is 10th. What a result as we grab a 1st, a 3rd, 4th, and a 6th place finish. So we get not only the victory, but we get substantial additional points with 3 other riders in the top 6. Glad we decided to come and participate in this race and not just quick sim it. Loving the payday on this one as we grab $40,000 for that victory and subsequent top 10 positions. For Mark jumps to 4th place in the World Tour rankings. We jump to 5th place as a team. I was already up there in Super Prestige relatively well, but my World Tour ranking was only like 17th. But that victory and minor placings really having an impact. Now, for the sponsor, that's the one we care about, right? It was already 100%, so it's hard to say what kind of boost you get there when the percentage didn't change. But what I can see is how much did it affect the noteworthy results. Quite a bit. 4 pluses for that one. 6 is the most you could get. So they are very happy with Vermark's victory. Just like that. He wins 1 race, and he has now got an international reputation. Kind of a problem, actually. Not terribly happy by that, actually. Here's why. He is one of the many riders, one of 7, with an expiring contract this season. Now he's a 75 overall with a 77 hills rating, but really not great otherwise. He's got 77 acceleration, 77 hills, nothing else really jumps out at you. But he's 22. He doesn't have amazing potential, but he's got good potential. He's developed well. And at a 75, he should be affordable, right? Maybe 10,000, maybe 8,000. But with an international reputation to go with it all of a sudden, which I don't think he had at all. Vermark goes from that 8 to 10,000 range probably to 20,000, just like that. Reputation is part of what the contract is based on, what the demands are. I think we just kind of screwed ourselves on that one, on getting him back. So now I'm likely to lose Zeta and Vermark, and probably only keep Tintoni of those top 3. Banijek, I'll almost certainly lose unless he wants minimum money, because even though he's a 74 overall, all of his points are tied into stamina and flat rating, and he's actual garbage otherwise. And he's minimum money to me. That's all he's worth. We have not been able to convert him like I was hoping. I mean, he has potential. I don't think he's gone up much at all. He's picked up a few points apparently just this month, really? But going all the way back, outside of when he first joined us, he hasn't developed hardly at all. I mean, his average has not changed in 2 years. His average rating has not gone up in 2 years. Oh, sorry, average is red. Apparently it has. Sparador hasn't gone up in 2 years. And rightfully so. We've brought all... Apparently he is developing. He just hasn't come up at all. Alright, so we're at the Bink Bank Classic. A 200 plus kilometer race. We've just gone under the 200 kilometer mark, and the rain begins to fall, which is going to make this dangerous. This is a sponsor objective, and it's one that I think we have potential to achieve if things go our way. We need a top 10, which is definitely one of the more achievable type targets out there. Top 10 on a single given stage. I don't have the best team for classics. However, We, of course, do have Umberto Zeta, who this is his specialty. He's not got the greatest cobble rating, but today you need a good cobble rating. You don't necessarily need to have the greatest because a lot of the cobbled sections are before the finish. Hawaiian. Oh, yes, Hawaiian, nice. +5 race day condition for him. Oh, Zeta on a minus. Zeta was supposed to have a +2 today. Zeta has a fitness peak right now. Is supposed to have a +2 race day condition. That is a terrible draw for him. Granigan grabs a +4. That is horribly unlucky. But that has happened. That hurts our chances quite a bit. Now, Telford, good cobble rating, terrible at everything else. So I want him to protect. Maybe. Oh my gosh. And Zeta crashes right at the beginning of the race. Oh, please don't be the one who is abandoning this race, because guess what just happened a day ago? Oh, he's moving. He's moving. And this is why I ride at the front, by the way, because look, he got up and he's right on the back of the peloton. Never even got dropped by the peloton. So as he goes to recover, obviously, he's one of the riders that I'm going to ride for. Granigan, a 68. He's mid-70s. He can sprint. I might ride for him as well. Owain, definitely. Today, we're going to ride for Owain. Banijek, cobble, stamina. Maybe I ride for him. Monotoglu, I would have ridden for him. Maybe we still do. Now, Telford's nothing except for this cobble rating, so go ahead and let's set you up to protect one of these other guys. Orion, Elvis Machado, oh, he's a 69 cobble by himself. Man, this is tough to decide who to ride for today. Can't be Banijek. Banijek's gonna protect somebody. Is it Gradigan? A 68, 74. He's got good stamina today. It's really hard to decide today who to ride for. I'm going to bank on us getting most of these guys, many of them, some of them anyway, to the finish line. I think Amadotoglu might be in a little bit of trouble. I don't think he's going to be strong enough. What about climbing? Climbing's going to be part of this. Alves Machado, very weak in climbing, not enough stamina resistance. Let's make you ride for someone else. Banijek's going to have the same problem. Monotoglu could do a little bit better with that. Zeta will be fine for all that. He can lead out our finishing group. You know what? I'm going to let Zeta ride for himself, and then we're going to protect Amanatoglu so that we can hopefully get some sprinters to the end and maybe go for the win. See how bad these are. This rain is going to be really bad in the cobbles. See things going crazy in this race. Skinny roads, cobbled sections, climbing cobbled sections. Lots of lefts and rights, so plenty of corners, and it's raining hard, so everything's soaked. We've already had Zeta go down once. I just lost William Barta. I think I was starting to say that and stopped with that. We just lost William Barta again with another crash. I believe it was a fractured hip before. That's what it is this time. End of May. It's late March now, so it's going to be almost a month and a half that he is out for. But Barta just came back from injury 2 weeks ago, and he goes down with another crash again in very similar fashion, if not identical to his previous. So I'm right back to multiple guys out. Moreno just came back from injury about 3 days ago. Barta goes down about a day later. Here we are. Rain stopped, so we'll see. We've already been through 2 cobbled sections, but the real action is to come. 111k to go. This is a good time to go grab some water. Send Telford back for that. Hopefully we can get back up there before we hit this cobbled climb. Maybe not. It's only 900 meters. And the climb was actually right after it. Okay. Alright, water's done. 96k to go. Breakaway has 22 riders. What happened to the 12? I didn't see when that suddenly became 22. It's now 9. Peloton's already down to 90 riders. It just yo-yoed back together. That Barl's already attacking.
Several riders are on the ground. The breakaway has now got over a minute on the pack.
Some of the better cobbled riders. Big climb. 3.4k. And we're over it. That's just about the worst climb of the day, but there's climbs with cobbles to come. Back down to 12 riders away. Another attack. The Roland's involved. Alright, another hill. Super skinny roads through here. Definitely want to stay near the front. 800 meters, Eichenberg, 3-star section. Oh, Asgreen goes down. And the field has split. Wyan and Telford, the only ones that have made it. Everybody else in Group A2. Do I want to be the one to chase this down? There are... Let's get my guys back to the front at least, and then try to go from there.
A group of riders
I think we need to regain contact. This is definitely the action zone now. So, Banijek's going to lead this thing out, and maybe Zeta, and then lead the sprinters. Toglu's the better sprinter. Let's try to lead these sprinters back into this thing. So Banijek, do what you hear. Of course he's the furthest behind of this group. Just have crap luck. Come on Banijek. Come on Banijek. Okay, we're not the only ones chasing now. Means I think we can sit up slightly. No, we can't sit up slightly because we're into it. The next cobbled section immediately. Banijek, pull us through. There you go. Okay, group's back together. We are in the peloton once again. Okay, Banijek. These guys, Zeta has not been able to find his way through yet. Zeta getting hung up all of a sudden. What the heck happened there? Next cobbled section, 900 meters, another 3-star section.
Kosnefroy's fallen.
There's Banijek. Kosnefroy goes down. All of a sudden we have 22 riders here. Zeta, Granigan are close by, Alves Machado here. Okay, I've got everyone here, but they're not technically in contact. Now they are. It's 37 riders. Wyan goes down. He's done. There's no way he's coming back from that. Yeah, huge gaps here. Fell entirely by himself, and he's injured. Oh, come on. So we are 31. We are chasing 12. Let's see some names. Trentin, Demar, Valens, Cobrelli. Yeah, we need to close this. But I do not have a lot of energy left. Telford, we need to get you into the mix. Like second wheel. So that's our 4th team member down on injury now. Okay, Banijek is done. Telford has made it up here. He does not have much energy. And we're about to hit another cobbled section, so I need to go right away. We've got to bridge that gap at some point and get in that group. So Telford, come on, buddy.
Falling behind, a team leader.
Okay, Zeta, on to you, buddy.
There's another rider with
Alves Machado just got dropped. Banijek got dropped. Matatoglu. Owayan is so far up the field, he still has not been removed out of this race. Even though he's standing perfectly still because there's still riders behind him. Meaning the broom wagon has not picked him up. I'm down to 3 guys, but there are still 12 riders ahead of us. I have got to bridge that gap, but how to do that is the question. I'm down to Zeta and Granigan. This has not gone according to plan. Zeta, I think we're going to have to fight for 13th and hope that somebody else crashes ahead of us. Granigan, you are now going to protect Zeta. We ride for Zeta. He's the leader. This has turned more into the rain coming back again has really eclipsed what we were trying to do here. Zeta does not have the energy to attack right now. I think we're going to have to...
going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
Come on, Zeta.
One thing's for sure when it comes to cobbled sections.
Stay in the group, stay in the group. There you go.
The
8 chasing 12 now. Granigan's been dropped.
The motorcyclist says that a rider is down. Apparently he
Zeta.
with the race. We're hearing over the radio that a rider has given up. Things are heating up in front.
Zeta just ran out of energy. His -2. The resistance dropped really fast. Shoot. Hawaiian finally withdraws, and now we're just fighting for a top 25 with Zeta.
He broke from the pack like a greyhound.
Can we get back together with these guys? We need to recover.
Acceleration by Tige Benut.
It's at least 18 riders directly ahead of me, plus whatever the Peleton has. That's 16. It's 21 riders.
Attack by Tim Velen.
So we are in 22, 23, 24, and 25 on the order. This is the final climb. Cobbled sections are done. Now this is just survival. And we dropped 2 guys. That puts me firmly into the top 25, but not in the top 10. And I don't think we're going to catch these guys. 21 kilometers to go, though. Niels Paulett is an excellent, look at that. 80 cobble rating, 81 flat, 81 stamina. He's what I am, but even better. Can we bridge these gaps and somehow squeeze our way into the top 10? Not likely. 16k to go, but we'll give it a shot. We've caught Haller. 14k to go. I want to contribute a little bit here. Just short little spurts. Okay, and recover. 10k to go. Back to Paulett, doing the work. 8k to go. There's a group right there. 6 riders right there. There's still 13 ahead of them. We're not going to catch these guys. Okay, gel time.
Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should pay more attention to their choice of tires.
Don't get dropped here. 4k to go, and we just left Paulett behind.
The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up. Great stuff. Teamwork really paid off, and their sprinter.
Oh, I'm still on times 2. Vanderpool takes the win. Oliver Nossen second. Velen's third. Oh, man. 21st. That hurts. 21st position. Didn't get our top 10. That turned into chaos really quickly. That split that we had near the front, with most of my riders being left behind, I then had to burn through, 2, 3 guys to try to get back to the main group. But then the moment we got back to the main group, there was still a tough group out in front of us. 12 riders, some of the best. and then we were looking at 13th or worse. So we had to continue chasing, but then a lion goes down, and just chaos ensues. That was truly rough. That was one of the roughest races I've had in a long time. That rain did exactly what I expected it to, and it just made that race chaotic. And I thought we were going to be fine on energy there for a while, and then all of a sudden it was just bam, everybody was at their, on the ropes, including Zeta. We recovered enough to get a top 25, which is only a partial failure instead of a max failure, but I was really thinking today could be a top 10, and there we were alongside an excellent rider who himself easily should have been top 10, and we cruised past him, beat him by a minute to the finish line, where we were 21st and he was either 22nd or 23rd there. But wow. Welcome to the diehard classics, which, as good as Zeta is, he's not built for that. He's got a 77 cobble, a -2. That by itself already, that was enough. He's got good flat, good stamina, but that cobble rating is just enough to put him on the back foot compared to those guys, which is why, if we were Continental Pro, he'd be winning classics, or at least taking top 5s over and over again. But against the world's best, he is definitely a notch below those guys. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. World's best took it. Certainly one of. Have a good one. Bye for now.